Hey guys, it's Brandon. I'm back again with another Vamph Grooming presents the Prestige Pomade, and today we're doing the water-based heavy hold. Now, what this aims to be is a Malaysian water-based product that can hold up, stay slick, and be manageable throughout the day. That's what it's aiming for. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, the design on this is top-notch, just like the hairdressing. This stuff is the way that it looks is really cool. It's got this nice vintage kind of shiny label on there. It looks a little weathered. On the side right here, it tells you how to use it, and on the other side it tells you that it's all natural and the ingredients on it. It also has a top label, which I am a big fan of. One of the only other main pomades I've seen that does a jar top label is Nostalgic Grooming, which I really like that because I have these stacked in a box somewhere. I can be like, oh, okay, it's Prestige water-based heavy hold. Cool. Just some people like it, some people don't. I think it's a good little touch. The ingredients on this product are distilled water, beeswax, hydrogenated castor oil, lanolin, cannadella wax, shea butter, castor oil, panthenol, coconut oil, jojoba oil, mango butter, vitamin E, soy lecithin, essential oils, borax. Sorry if I pronounce any of those wrong. Now, most of the stuff in this is pretty good for your hair. The scent on this, it's kind of like, the best way for me to describe it is, I don't usually look up the scents, and most of them don't say what the scents are on them. I usually go in blind. I've been using this for a while, and the best thing that I can describe about it scent-wise is it smells kind of like a thieves blend, like a thieves oil. And that's kind of like a spicy, semi-earthy, but more on the sweet side scent. This is one of my all-time favorite scents. There's a couple of other pomades that used a similar scent, and I really like it. So the scent for me is really, really nice. You can see it's kind of like a cream color on the inside. Scoopability on this product, really easy. Comes out really simple. You can feel that it's thick. It's almost kind of like a cake batter when you get it. Breakdown on it is really easy as well. You can see that it'll break down into a cream. Now, application on this, easy as well. You might get minor tug and pull because this is, as I read in the ingredients, a pretty waxy product. As you start to apply it, you'll notice that it'll start to, I wouldn't say firm up, but it'll start to set. It'll start to start holding your hair in place and not necessarily be more unmanageable, but the hold is going to start setting in, I would say, pretty much within a minute of applying it to your hair. So almost immediately. So for me, what I felt like, if you have a lot of hair, you're going to want to apply this, and then you're going to want to start styling right away. When products are a little bit on the heavier side, I will hit it with the Afro pick so that it makes it easier to slick it back. So now I'm going to hit it with the comb, and you'll see it slicks back really easy. You'll get some tension. Now, I won't say that it's bad, but it's definitely, you'll definitely get some tension when slicking your hair back. I like it. I don't think it's a bad tension. I think it's a good, perfect amount that, like I've said in the past, that there's something in your hair, that you actually have a product in your hair, and that it's going to hold it in place, especially for a heavy holding water base. It feels not on the heavier side, but it feels like you have something in your hair. To me, in your hair, it feels almost like you're dealing with a medium. Styling with the Afro pick, you can see it's easy to get some good volume, especially for a heavier holding pomade. And honestly, it doesn't take that much to style with this. I honestly think that I'm pretty much done already. It's that simple. When using this product, like I said, you're gonna want to style right away because it'll start to set. Now, it's not bad, but it does. I noticed, at least through the day, that if you want to restyle, it gets a little bit, it dries up and it gets a little bit harder to restyle with. It's not bad, but what I suggest with this product is get your initial style and don't deal with it for the rest of the day unless you have to. Upon multiple restyles, I noticed that my sides, started to get that kind of, that thing that happens when you have drier pomades, like, it'll start to kind of, your sides might pop up a little bit. You might get some strays. That's kind of typical of a heavier waxy type pomade. So when it comes to restyling, You can do it, but I feel like you lose endurance and you lose some of the sharpness that you'd get with your initial style. So what are my overall thoughts on this pomade as a whole? Well, as a heavy holding pomade, I think it holds up pretty well. I would say it's on the lighter side of a heavy, which isn't a bad thing. It doesn't feel super heavy in the hair. It feels nice. It definitely, when it starts to dry, it becomes a little bit harder to deal with. In that, like I said, if you restyle, it will restyle, but it kind of gets the qualities of a waxier pomade, and that it's a little bit harder to restyle, a little bit harder to manage with, but not bad. And especially since you're using a heavy holding pomade, that is to be expected. And for a heavy holding water-based, this has pretty good endurance. It'll hold up for most of the day. Like I said, you might have to restyle. I noticed that this holds up really well at work. Very little strays, very little restyles. So it's good in that manner. My only gripe with this pomade is, like I said, sometimes it's a little bit on the lighter side for a heavy hold, and I feel like, you know, the endurance isn't as good as it could be. But overall, I think it's a really good pomade. It's easy to wash out, it's easy to use, and it's really, I would say, almost to the point to where it's like, I could suggest this as, like, if someone was afraid to use a heavy holding pomade, I would say, hey, try this stuff. This stuff is like a good entry level pomade, but it also is really good for people that are on the intermediate level with pomade. So what would I give this? I would give this a 4 out of 5. This is a great pomade. If you can get your hands on this, if you are in Malaysia, you can do a lot worse, definitely. This is something that you should check out, especially if you're one of my brothers or sisters that's overseas. I like this stuff. So far, the brand has really impressed me. Like I said, very minor gripes. For a waxier pomade, I think this performs really well, and it has some of the, like I said, some of the minor setbacks that a waxier pomade has. But overall, if you're looking for a heavy holding pomade that has pretty good endurance and, will last for most of the day without a restyle, then look no further to Vamph Grooming presents the Prestige Heavy Holding Water Base. Let me know if there's any other questions that you guys have. If I didn't address in the video, just leave them in the comments below. And let me know if you have this and what you think about it. And have a good one.